Hey Libra, I'm Eleanor and this is Peaches by Starlight Tarot. This is your general March reading. Career and love are coming soon, so catch them when they drop by hitting the subscribe and the bell. Your energetic theme for March is risk. So it did scare me a little bit when it first popped out, but when I meditated on it, I was flooded with feelings of optimism and possibility. You're surrounded by and filled with potential right now. So it isn't a recommendation to live dangerously or on the edge or anything like that. But in order to gain something, you might have to put yourself out there, confess your feelings, apply for that job, start that band, submit that idea. So we're not talking about jumping out of planes. And also consider what you risk by not trying. And almost everything great in this world came to be because someone took a chance. But we will get more detail on these for you one by one. So you have the Ace of Wands. I'm trying to get to that glare off there. There we go. So if you have an impulse to create something, absolutely hands down do it. This is an impulse, but it's not a destructive impulse. It's the impulse to begin or initiate something, a relationship, a book, a song, an act of kindness, or like if you're walking, it's the impulse to burst into a sprint. So if you feel a rush of passion and energy, that is a sign. That's a nudge for you. So next you have the Seven of Wands. So this is talking about your more calculated risks. This is the risk that you can afford to take because you've gained enough ground to do so. I mean, it's like when you take a roll of quarters to the casino and that's it. That's all you're going to spend. That's all you can afford to spend on a chance to win. And if you don't, well, you had a good time anyway. So if you have an opportunity show up like this in March, something good will come of it, even if it's not what you expect. So next you have the Nine of Swords. So they're showing you agonizing over whether or not something will be worth it, worth the trade-off. Worth the possible rejection, worth being out the application fee. It's like, you'll have to get out of your head for this one. I mean, if worrying about it helps you create a strategy, then that's what it's for. But if it's costing you sleep, maybe don't do it until you can put it to an intuition test. So like, remember in Friends when Rachel takes the pregnancy test and Phoebe lies and tells her that it's negative just to see her authentic reaction. So try something like that on for size, where you weigh the feelings of expansion versus contraction you feel when you imagine both scenarios. That's just one little way to try to tap into your intuition. So next you have the Page of Cups. So when the Ace of Wands pointed to initiating or instigating lots of different things, many things that you could feel passionate about, this one is more specific to love offers. So some of this could be you expressing romantic interest in someone. For others, someone could be making a gesture towards you, and you have to weigh the pros and cons of accepting what they're giving. And they want you to approach it from a more childlike or like first love mindset. Like, try not to see this person through the lens of all your past hurts and project the faults and misdeeds of your exes onto this person. Let them be a new energy. Let them be fresh. Let them be who they are and not who you're afraid they're going to be. So finally, you have Strength. So you could be called upon to access courage at some point in March. Courage and trust, like a dancer who leaps and twirls but doesn't look at the ground. It's like, that it's there. So, okay, like the old Mario, crossing that bridge of close but not touching blocks. It's like you're not supposed to like stop at each one and calculate and then make each jump. You're likely to miss and fall down into the hole. So you're supposed to like go full steam ahead and glide over the gaps, right? So this is a card of grace and not forcing things. It's a strength of will without stubbornness. It's being unflinching without being rigid. So fear in this situation could cause you to like freeze and attempt to over control and to squeeze so hard that you break a thing. But that's when that could be when risk could end badly. But if you can hold your poker face, it could potentially pay off. So that is all the specific ways that risk could be playing out. Let's see what else we can get from these. What more of the story we can get. So with the Ace of Wands and the Seven of Wands, you're being shown feeling inspired to stand up for something, or something activates you to take a stand. And some of you, it's in defense of someone who can't defend themselves, and others of you, it could you feel called to stand up and be seen in your own light for your own reasons. What I'm hearing here is it's my time to shine. So yeah, in March, it's your time to shine, Libra. So you have Seven of Wands with the Nine of Swords. There is potential here for overwhelm. There could come a moment when it feels like, I just have this image of like the rock star with all these people hounding him and rushing him, and they just like have to run to their dressing room and close the door against the crowd. It's like there could come a moment when it feels like everyone wants something from you. Everyone wants a piece. And at some point it becomes too much, and you're going to have to draw a hard line and enforce a boundary for your sanity. Don't be afraid to do that. You have to take care of yourself. And anyone who doesn't like it, put an extra boundary up. They're not looking out for your best interest. So Nine of Swords with the Page of Cups. Let me get it held right there. Okay. So you're pretty nervous about striking something up with someone. And that's one thing I see. It's the butterflies in the stomach, the sweaty palms, etc. But others of you, it could be kind of a rough spiritual awakening. Like, you know the memes that you see that show what people think awakening is like with the rainbows and the butterflies and what it really is. And it's kind of someone who looks like they've been through the ringer. It could be a little bit something like that going on. A rude spiritual awakening. So you have the Page of Cups and Strength. So don't overthink it. Keep a light heart and be kind to yourself. Sorry, I keep moving. Whatever the challenge is, you might have to call upon the same type of patience that you would as with a child, especially if it's yourself that's needing grace right now. All anyone wants in this situation is to be loved. Okay, so sometimes loving someone and receiving love do take strength and fortitude, not to flee in fear of unconditional love. So that's what I have for you in general. Stay tuned for the career and loved ones that will be coming out soon. Thank you, Libra.